I don't know. Did you see that, Mr. Butler, last
night?
Well,
you painted it in very graphic detail for me. I guess I didn't need to watch it.
You don't. Yeah.
That's that objective media we talked about right there in action, I guess.
That's right. Well, listen, I'm gonna today I'm gonna edit her out and kind of frame her into a little Beatles live concert, and you're gonna put her in black and white. It's gonna look just the same. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, you're wound up this morning.
Well, listen, I would not. I understand you guys are all close, and I would not expect you to join in. I just thought it was kind of a comical moment. I'm only looking at it that way. So.
Well, let me tell you this, Bill. I was snoozing when the president. I've been fighting off a cold. They should move this speech to 7 o'clock in the evening for older folks.
It is late. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that and everything else. How nice it is to live out on the West Coast where you can watch this crap early.
Yes, exactly. Football games, the whole
thing. I mean, we'll be sleeping by halftime on Sunday. Come on. For other reasons, though. For obvious other reasons. All right. Okay. We have reached this point, Mark, where the pistol recertification debacle.
I think that's an appropriate word, yes.
I'm doing pretty good this morning on my descriptions. You've been asking, along with others, Senator Joe Griffo as well, asking for a delay on this because we're criminalizing people here today. It's not even the town clerks and the county clerks. They can't keep up with it. People are confused as to what's supposed to be done. You've asked for a delay. We're at the deadline. What do we know?
We don't know a great deal more than we knew yesterday. I was talking to a number of my colleagues. I was talking to our staff. I do have a sense that the state police on their website have added some additional information, kind of softening it up that, we're not going to send the SWAT teams up your driveway at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Don't worry, but, let's get it organized. But again, it comes back to what we're saying. It was just so disorganized. Our law enforcement people are absolutely baffled what their role in this is going to be. And Sheriff Mayshall, I think, has been very good in articulating, the dilemma he's going to face. It's just an absolute mess. I talked to one of my fellow assemblymen from out around the Buffalo area. He said in Erie County the sign-up rate as of yesterday was right about 50%. It's a big county. That's a lot of people that are out there that are not registered. It cries for some kind of clarification.
Wouldn't it be?
And you're right. There are numerous bills. People have written letters. As you know, the county clerks have asked for an extension. It's just an absolute debacle.
Wouldn't it be wise for the governor? Well, this trial, this corruption mess, per Coco and all this the stories that these people close to the governor. All very negative. Wouldn't it be wise right now to say, throw a bone to upstate, because this really only affects upstate New Yorkers.
Exactly. They already have this recertification in the city and in the suburbs.
Throw a bone upstate. So maybe this governor seems to want things a certain way, and it's got to be his way. So, you've asked for a year. Maybe he says, okay, we'll do 6 months. At least something would be a positive here, I think, right now.
I agree 100%. Frankly, 1 year was an arbitrary number. 6, I guess Senator Seward was fashioning a bill calling for a 2-month delay. Whatever it is, they need to do something, because this is when this hits tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety, and I go back to the point, here's a bill, here's a law that was passed, and you've got police authorities say, well, yeah, this is a law, but, we're not really going to, push it. So that kind of weakens not only that law, but all our laws. Well, what's the next thing? Well, we say it's 55 miles an hour speed limit, but if you're going 65, it's not, we're not going to, it goes on and on and on.
All right, I want to switch gears if I could. We had a story last week, at the end of last week, about Remington Arms and a really bad story about the economic outlook for the company that owns Remington. And I have feared, along with you, there was a video. You remember that video?
Yes, I do remember that video. That was very sobering.
Well, and basically said, talking to Alabamians, saying, hey, this is the future. We've got our first 200 years are out of the way. Now the next 200 years, the future's in Alabama. And I'm looking, I don't see furloughs in Alabama. I don't see layoffs in Alabama, but we're seeing them here.
There were to be furloughs there, too. I don't know if that
I could not find a single... Now, I'm just doing the same research anybody else could do. I could not find a single furlough down there, but maybe they have. But
right.
But here's something interesting. I'm getting word from Remington employees. This is where the only place we can get any information because executives don't talk to us. Mm-hmm. That they're hiring 30 people back in the course of the next 2 weeks. 30 people are being hired back right now.
I have not heard that. I would take that as a positive development.
Absolutely.
Again, in light of that video and other things that are going on, we remain concerned. I've talked with Brian Miller. He's working to set up a meeting with the administration there within the plant and see if we might be able to go in and have a sit down and just get briefed on where things are and where things will be heading.
Well,
I do think we're heading for a critical stage here.
You know that we're looking at a pretty hefty debt in New York State, $4 billion. That's a lot of money.
Yes.
Well, Remington's is $9 billion. That's the money they owe right now. And a big chunk of it will be due next year. So the story we had is they're in a structural reorganization going on right now in terms of how to pay back this debt. And when you go to those firms that deal in that, they really like to just gut things to make them move forward in a more economical way, and that makes you a little nervous.
You're absolutely right. We've been watching that closely, and a reorganization. If you have two major manufacturing facilities, what's that mean if they reorganize? We're in, no doubt about it, we're in a critical period here, and we'd like to get in and talk to the company leadership, and we're trying to set up that meeting right now.
All right, Marc Butler, we appreciate your time, and let's update tomorrow just to see if anything comes out of this today. Otherwise, if nothing happens today, what do people supposed to do? They haven't certified yet. They're basically in violation of the law right now.
I am looking for some kind of clarification from this administration or from the state police. There are a lot of people nervous but angry as well, and it all goes back to the SAFE Act and the manner in which it was slapped together and put out on the floor and passed like lightning. You watch this legislative process and other aspects. It's a cumbersome process, but that SAFE Act was put together and voted on within a matter of hours. And it's a very complex bill.
No doubt. Assemblyman Marc Butler, thanks so much. Have a wonderful day out there in Albany.
Okay, take care. Bye.